Well, I think I want to pull some cards and just see if we can get some answers as to what is going on with Judge Cannon. Okay. Now we know the other things, that she was bending over backwards for 45. Is she going to continue to do that? Or is she going to man up and know that her credibility is on the line? So let's see if we can get some ideas. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is about guidance. And underneath of it all, surrender. Okay. So is she going to surrender to the fact that she's supposed to be a judge and doing the right thing? Let's pull the rest of the cards and see if this becomes clearer. Guidance and surrender. Okay. Or is she surrendering under the guidance of 45 and what he wants in his dark elements? Which way is it going to pan out? Is she going to surrender to actually doing her job? Or is she surrendering to this MAGA clown and going to do his bidding? Remains to be seen. So let's see what we have here. Let me give these a ruffle shuffle and make sure they don't go down to Mickeyville down there again. McVille, bad boy. Okay, so at the center of it we have she's holding on to the power. Okay, so is she going to do the right thing? What is her action going to be? Above it, we have mentally this charging forward. I think she's in a bit of a mind spin with what to do with this, because part of it is reflecting on her career, about going forward. What is she going to do? Is she looking overseas to Putin? Is she another little kind of a Putin puppet? What is it that she is going to do? So it looks like perhaps the cards are listening, because we got her in the mind spin. She's holding on to the power, and we're just waiting for the action to go forward. What is she going to say? Okay, charging forward. Okay, going into it, we have an ending, wanting to end this. Okay, wanting to put an end. We know 45's thing, ending justice. He wants to totally end justice. He wants to have this drawn out so that he can pardon himself. Hopefully he gets elected. Now, I'm not saying hopefully he gets elected. He's thinking hopefully he gets elected. People who know me know that's the last thing I want to see. But he's hoping he gets elected and then he can end it. Okay? So that's what we're looking at. About going forward to an easier time of it, and is juggling the date. He wants her to juggle the date. What is she going to do? He wants to put an end to justice. He wants the easy boat ride. He wants her to juggle and put this stuff up in the air and hold off on the trial date. But we have an awakening here. Okay, waking up. Now, are we waking up to the fact that she's going to try to listen to him and give him an easier time, juggle the dates, put it up in the air so that he can end justice? Okay? Or is she waking up to the fact that she needs to do the right thing? Let's see what we have here. The challenge is this stuff up in the air. Okay? A lot of drama up in the air with it. Clarification is about judgment. So whatever she does, she knows she will be judged on this as well. Above it, this is encompassing her world. And the foundation, what can be gotten away with. Okay? Painful situation. Okay? And clarification, can she get away with protecting 45? Because if she does, it's a big grinding wheel. Okay? It's a big grinding wheel. Well, it looks like it has told us the situation. She knows what he wants. She's woke up to the fact he wants her to protect him. Okay? That's on the outside of it. He wants her to protect it. She has, at the center of it, she's got the power, and she has to make the choice with going forward. He wants an end, put an end, for justice to put an end to this. Above it, this is consuming her world, and she has to make this judgment. And she will be judged by what she does. We have, again, juggling, trying to keep this stuff up in the air. There's a lot of drama happening emotionally. Everything is up in the air, I think, still for her. And at the center of it, her mind is spinning about wanting to get him into calmer waters and what can she actually get away with. What can I get away with? And still keep the thing going. Now, if she, wants to railroad this, and she might, don't forget, we have other things coming down the pike. We have the Georgia things coming up, and they're not playing games, okay? So even if she is able to railroad this for a time, we could see them maybe trying to oust her as incompetent to judge this. That could happen. But let's look and see what will Jack Smith do if she tries to railroad this. Yeah, she's surrendering under maybe the guidance of 45, what he wants. Okay, but let's see. So what will Jack Smith do if Cannon doesn't man up? Because we see this is weighing on her now. The mental spin. She knows exactly what 45 wants her to do, okay? But she's still up in the air with the consequences and knows that if she does this protection for him, there's going to be a hard grinding wheel coming after her, okay? So if she delays this for 45, what will he do? We have the enchantment. I have never seen that card before. Enchantment and transition, okay? So he will say, it looks like he will say, yeah, that he has no confidence any longer in her, that she is just so taken in that she's laying down on the job when it comes to 45. She's enchanted. She cannot see clearly. And so she is, laying down on the job. So that will be Jack Smith's review of the situation, that she's blinded. She cannot see reality. Her whole thing is just to try to protect 45. So what we have for him in the center, we're looking at this sharing, putting out the emotional drama as to what's happening with this situation, okay? Who's sharing what? Is she, sharing these things to try to say, he would have to stand up and take charge, okay? If that happens, he sees how she's sharing, how she's doing this, and looking at some losses, okay? So I think at that point, he would see this as some sort of losses, but he's got things in reserve. So let's see what we have going into it. In the past, he's got the reminders of what she's done in the past already, okay? He already knows what she's been up to before. What's going on now? Possible tower moment, okay? When it comes to what she's doing and where he might go. Really not happy about it. Mentally, emotionally, he would not be happy with this situation. And so he would look at this with a new ideation. Now he's got it together. He sees the possibility of this happening, of her trying to railroad it, that she is on the page with 45. Yeah, so he's looking at her and what are the new things coming up. So he's got some new ideas that would be happenings. He's already calculating this out and figuring how to go forward. The challenge is working on this, okay? And watching the manipulation, okay? And he may have to manipulate. He may have to change the situation. There would be a struggle. He sees a potential struggle, an argument with that, and there would be some sort of an offering. We have a bit of some being out in the cold with some things. Clarification is, yeah, this is a difficult situation, and he's going to go based on the law, on the on the letters, on the documents, okay? So he is looking as to what she's sharing with 45 and potential losses, okay, when it comes to getting this to trial quickly. He sees her as a burden. This is his cross to bear, to having to deal with this craziness. He is ready to take charge. He knows the past, what's coming up. He sees a potential tower moment now and the attempted manipulation, okay? So he's got some offerings to do, working on this, the arguments that may come forward, because this is really making him unhappy. This is kind of a pain to deal with, but he does have new ideas, okay? So he knows the other stuff is going forward in Georgia, in New York, in Georgia, etc. There's more than one way to skin this cat, and this cat is going to be skinned. I don't think anybody would want to wear his fur robe. That cat skin. Oh my goodness. So what is the potential outcome for this? He already knows that she may try to spin this victory. Okay, what's being encompassed coming to the end of this, and the government, okay? So he sees ultimately that they're going to win, that he's going to win against 45. Ultimately, in the center is a victory, one way or another, and this is going to come to its conclusion, and the government is still hanging in, okay? So, no matter what kind of scheme that she may try to do, Jack Smith is on top of it because he sees that she is totally enchanted and laying down on the job when it comes to 45, okay? Unless she gets her act together and cares more about her career than she does being blinded by 45. So on that note, I'll leave this here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have to watch it and see if the cards are right or wrong. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online.